How about
Cool.
you? Still,
Okay.
microphone still cool?
Everything sounds amazing, man. Nice and smooth jazz.
Yeah.
Smooth beer jazz.
That's a new term.
All right, everybody.
Beer jazz.
Yeah, I know. Smooth beer jazz. Oh, man, I would love some beer jazz. Beer jazz would just be like...
But on beer
I'm going to start a
caps
Spotify
instead.
playlist right after this. Yeah. On beer caps. Not on kegs, like, one of those...
Also.
like those brushes that drummers use sometimes to be really quiet, just on a keg. Yeah, exactly. This is a very beer jazzy episode, I'd say. Doing a nice Stella Artois non-alcoholic beer. This is very chill right here. Welcome back, everybody, to the pub. This is one that we've wanted to do for a while. I used to be able to get this one in Canada, then it suddenly disappeared. But recently I was down in the US visiting Alessandro, and I brought back one of these so that we could finally do a review of this, because you've been telling me for a long time that this one's really good. You really enjoy this one. I'm interested to try this because traditionally, big brand non-alcoholic beers, aside from Guinness is a bit of a unicorn. But the other ones like Heineken, I haven't been impressed with. We really enjoyed the Athletic Brewing, everything that they offer. And we sort of had this theory that hops in non-alcoholic beers, so non-alcoholic IPAs of all different forms, work really well because the hops will hide those vegetal beer tomato off flavors that you get from the beers. I haven't yet found a Pilsner a non-alcoholic Pilsner that I've liked. So I'm excited. I'm curious to try this, man.
There's a lot of non-alcoholic beer offerings out there, and I think that the non-alcoholic market in general is we're gonna see more of it, let's say, in the next few years. That's my feeling, at least. So it's fun to be a little bit on the early stages of this and being able to experience those styles and those beers at the very early stage. And I'm sure we're going to see more evolution. So I'm excited for that.
And what's cool about this, I mean, it's always good to have a good option, a good non-alcoholic option, right? Let's get right into it, man. Let's cut these open. I got my little beer knife here on my Swiss Army knife cap opener. So I'm going to, of course, cut directly towards your eye whenever you are cutting anything.
As we've learned in the Christmas episodes.
Yes, it's the only way. But I like that they have this nice paper covering around this one. It makes it extra fancy, which is cool.
It does,
I like that. So it says on the side, brewed with all malt. Do you know what that is? And select Saaz hops.
All malt. I'm assuming there's no wheat in it. Would just be my guess,
brewed
but I
with
might be
all
wrong.
malt. And I see what you mean. Okay. I thought like that was like some kind of reference for a specific kind of malt or something, but no, that makes much more sense. Woo!
It still could be.
Oh my god, the skunkiness.
The skunkiness, right?
The skunkiness.
You got it too, huh?
Oh, that smells like you just ran over a skunk on the highway. Whew.
Oh, that's intense. Woo.
C'est intense.
Okay.
So we know what the aroma is going to be like. That's the second time that we've bought singles from Total Wine, the same Total Wine trip. We bought the Modelo singles, and they've just been skunky as hell.
Yeah.
These single bottles sitting out there.
Well, the light does its job.
That's right. Aroma cheers, buddy.
Aroma cheers, my friend.
Strong beer tomato.
There are some elements here that are interesting, but I would say let's start from this. The skunkiness is overpowering a lot of the notes that at least I am used to here. Like this is very highly skunky. I don't know about you, but even when I'm thinking about like regular Stella, like this is way more skunky.
Oh my god, this is nothing. Yeah, regular Stella is nothing like this in terms of skunkiness.
So there is that. But
do you think it's more susceptible to skunkiness because it's non-alcoholic?
It could be because the skunkiness, it really affects mostly the hops. So I would think that the fact that they're using probably more hops, that's probably affecting the level. There's definitely a strong skunkiness, obviously, which it might be like to your liking or not. Like that's there. Definitely a vegetal note.
Yeah.
I would say there is a hop presence. I do not get like a lot of the overly sweet classic malty presence that you smell on a lot of NA beers. I'm probably going to put it at 1.5 because like that skunkiness is really, really almost overpowering. In my memory, like the hoppiness was a little bit more present and vibrant. What do you think, my friend?
I'm trying to look past the skunkiness because that's sort of like an aberration, but it's hard, like you said, because it's really, really strong
Yeah.
on this. But all I'm getting is like that very strong veg, and I'll go back to beer tomato, like very strong tomato. Like this is almost like I'm smelling like a passata straight out of the bottle, like cracking a bottle of muti or something and smelling a passata. That combined with the skunkiness, it's hard. It might just be like a spoiled batch, but I'm gonna go with the 1.
Fair.
Not bad. I'm still curious. I'm still curious to go in for a sip. That's for sure. But let's go take a sip. Let's see what we think. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Okay. All right. That's you get the hops there for sure.
Yeah. I will say I don't know if it's bottle because I've had like other beers in the meantime. There can be many different. There can be many different reasons, but I feel like the hops are considerably muted, and the skunkiness on this beer is very elevated. And
Yes, it really is.
So, we should keep that into consideration. To your point, my friend, it's almost disturbing the rest of the elements. It's almost like it's above 50%. Yeah, it's heavy. It's removing the hop presence, which was from my initial memory was one of the elements that was standing out. I think the maltiness is interesting because it's not overly sweet. So I think I'm going to stick with the 1.5. I'm also throwing in a little bit for the fact that I've had this beer before, and I know that normally it has a little bit more hop presence.
If I look past the skunkiness, I can definitely taste some hop on there, and I can see what you mean. I can see where you're coming from when you said that the hops, your last time you had this, were the redeeming sort of factor of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do get some in there, and there is a nice maltiness there. It's very, very strong on the vegetable note, just like the Heineken Zero was. It's definitely better than the Heineken Zero. But yeah, the skunkiness on this is really strong. I'll match you on a 1.5. All right, man. Let's do a mouthfeel refresher on this.
It's time.
Beer bracket tradition. All right.
It's 2020.
And I'm going to save one little sip to take out of the bottle, just out of curiosity to see. Because I think with the Heineken Zero, we were like, drink it out of the bottle, right? That was our final verdict on that.
I think you're right, my friend. All right. Ooh, you're taking it now, huh? Let's see.
It's better poured out, I think. I think it's better poured out. With the bottle, the vegetable note's a little bit stronger for whatever reason. But yeah, let it breathe. Pour it out for sure. You know what? The skunkiness is starting to fade a little bit for me, and like I'm getting a really nice kind of malty aroma on it. Maybe I'm just getting used to the skunkiness. And my brain is canceling out. It's editing.
It's possible. I find it actually quite heavily carbonated and refreshing.
Oh, yeah, it's really
fine
nice.
Bubbles, palate cleansing, light, easy drinking. I would definitely give it a 2.
I'll match you on that. It's nice and crisp and sharp. It's got a really nice body to it, nice head. Very, very, very beautiful looking beer. Very good head retention. Nice flowing carbonation up from the bottom of the glass up to the head there, constant. It's a very pretty beer aesthetically. So as a finish, I know with the skunkiness it's hard to judge, but if you're looking past that, what do you think?
I agree with you. There's a strong vegetal note here. My memory of this was like that it had like a more sharp hop presence, and that's where I'm a little torn because I don't know how much that is masked by the skunkiness a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Judging here, I would probably lean more towards the 1 based on the fact that there's that like heavy vegetal note, but it's still the maltiness and the hops are there.
I think one is fair because it's kind of like as low as you can go without it being bad. You know what I mean? Like anything below 1 is kind of like, okay, that's not enjoying. That's not good. It's fine. I can drink this. I'm not being turned off by it, but yeah, the vegetable note is very strong. Stronger than maybe what I remember from the Heineken. I do every once in a while still get like a whiff or a little taste of the hops that you mentioned. They're there. Every third sip, I get a second of what could be a really nice Pilsner. You know what I mean? Like there's flashes of it. So maybe this particular batch is off to a point where it's hiding that, but I get flashes of what you really appreciated in the first time you had it, I think. So an overall beer experience, man. from beginning to end for this particular batch of Stella Artois 0.0. What do you think?
Well, my friend, I think like this one here is for me is going to lend pretty much middle of the road for the fact that I do think this particular version of it, I do believe that compared to others that I've had, like there's a slight difference there. But just judging this one here particularly, I think 1.5 is fair. I think the mouthfeel is bringing a little bit of the rest up.
Yep, I'll match you on that score. I think that's perfectly fair for this. And I think I'm able to, for the most part, separate the skunkiness from it, although I completely agree with you that might be hiding some of the nice hop characteristics. All right, so for me, I came out to a 2.33 on 5, which is a nice beer in our beer rating system. For Alessandro, because we had a 0.5 point difference on one category, that bumped his up to a 2.5 on 5, which is a good beer. So there you go, slight difference. So that's a little bit unfortunate, as it happens with reviewing alcoholic beverages, right? Every once in a while, there's going to be some external factors that are going to play into things. This particular batch that we got was a little bit skunky, a little bit exposed, but it is what it is. I mean, that's the game they play when they sell clear green bottles. I mean, there's going to be exposure sometimes, right?
It happens. Yeah. And regardless, my friend, it's always good because you can always come back to it, right? Like if you tried it once, you can try it again and see do you still feel the same. And if you do, then it's fine. But like sometimes it's good to revisit.
Oh, totally, man.
And recently learned.
Absolutely. And I would say what this does for me even more so now is really strengthens the fact that companies like Athletic are doing really amazing things. Because when you try these NAs that are made by these big breweries, and then you try something made by a brewery like Athletic that just makes NA beers, and it's the difference is it's like they're different drinks altogether. The quality level is just insane in comparison. You're starting to realize where NA beers are going, which is really exciting, which is why this probably got a lower score than it would be. Everybody, thanks for joining us. Let us know down below what you think about the Stella NA, and click that beer bell. It's going to let you know when we're hanging out in the pub in the future, and you can come back and join us for a beer if you want.
No matter what you do, don't forget to close your beer brackets.
Never forget. Cheers, everyone.